I had another question. Are we really experiencing what's quote unquote out there? And you're talking about
talking about what?
You're talking about vibration, and that we're interpreting vibration. I mean, if it's all
well, it's interesting that your question's going there, because we wanted to go on to explain that this vortex is a vibration that you're going to translate, and that's the thing that is the most difficult to explain to you who are already translating with your eyes this physical reality that you think is so real. Yeah. That's the reason that we're. Right. That's the reason that we're wanting.
Is it real? Is it real, or since it's all occurring in consciousness, what is real? Really,
real is what is perceived.
It's all
real.
awareness.
Real is what is perceived.
So it's occurring all in consciousness, all of it. It's not. There's no out there, right? Where is the out there? It's all occurring in my consciousness.
But look at it this way: do you deny that you share a world with many people who agree about many things? In other words, you have huge scientific data that supports the reality of this physical world in which you are living. And whether it's a translation or vibration or not, and it is, in other words, it is a reality. And what the point that we're wanting to make with you is a little different than where you're reaching, and our point is so much more significant. We're going to go there, and it will help you then to understand the point that you're trying to make. Okay. We want you to get it that this world is a reality that has been focused into beingness. There is a stability about it, and it's not just this place where you all just show up while we watch from afar. We're in on this with you. This is the leading edge. People are thinking so often of this being the testing ground, while heaven is the real deal. This is the real deal. This is where all that man calls heaven and God is focused. This is the leading edge of creation. This is it. This is the leading edge of creation. And when you create something, Source is in on it, you see. Your body is a creation of Source. Everything about you is a creation of Source. All of this stuff is a creation of Source. And of course it is perceptual, but it doesn't make it any less real.
So wait
just one little second. It's perfect, because we're riding on the vibration of what you've established with the questions that you were asking, and it is a wonderful ride that we're taking together. So we want to receive the benefit of it fully for everyone. So when we say, so you were source energy before you came into this physical body, you came into this physical body, you go, give us a break, Abraham. How many times do we have to listen through that again? And then we say, here's this vortex of creation, which is a vibrational state of being. And when you pay attention to the way you feel and stop doing that resistant stuff that you do as you're worrying about things, in the absence of that negative vibration, that resistant vibration, the vortex takes you in. And when the vortex takes you in, what happens is you begin then having the revelation that the vortex provides. Revelation. Now, by revelation, we mean revealed. And by revealed, we mean it becomes part of your awareness. It becomes part of your awareness. It becomes part of your reality. Mm-hmm. So at first, the first revelation that you receive, how's that word feel to you? We're using the word revelation because we're talking about perception and perceiving. We're talking about you translating something into something that means something to you. So the first thing that is revealed to you is an emotional experience. Your emotion is, you're translating, the emotion is the revelation, the manifestation. But if you practice that vibration long enough, so you're hanging around in the vicinity of that good feeling, manifestational emotion, revelation, then the revelation becomes more. It becomes insight. You begin getting thoughts. You begin connecting the dots in your own mind. And then the revelation, you start forming words, and then you start rendezvousing with other people who have similar understandings and are offering similar words. And then more revelations come, like data starts coming to you through articles, and you rendezvous with television programs. And when you're driving down the freeway, you see something that fits just perfectly with it. And then other manifestations start coming, like people walking into your life and saying things and handing you chunks of money and sending you off on enterprise. In other words, all kinds, the manifestational experience goes from from the emotion all the way into the most magnificent physical stuff that you have around you. But it is all as you perceive it to be. It's your ability to translate it that makes it so. So, what does that mean? That means, look how far consciousness has come. That billions of people are upon a planet having experienced the revelation of this planet spinning in its orbit in perfect proximity to other planets. In other words, this is big time creation. And we think that what we're doing here in this conversation is beginning to close the gap a little bit that's been out there between spiritualism and materialism for a very long time. Because here you are in these physical bodies as evidence of the way source is, and yet you want to condemn the materialism of your world. You want to be hard on yourselves for wanting the things, when everything that you are experiencing in this physical life experience is a manifestation of that which is source, you see. So we've teased for a long time about the substance of this world that you are living in. In other words, this feels and sounds, pretty darn real. In other words, this is real. And to try to say, well, it's just vibration or it's just perception, sort of jerks you into an uncomfortable place. And it should jerk you into an uncomfortable place because you have been translators of vibration long enough that you are translating things into reality. The reason that we're having this sort of animated conversation with you is because we want you to understand that if you can make the emotion the reality that you're reaching for, then all the stuff, all the hardscape, all the software, all the stuff that you want to fill in the details of the life experience that you're reaching for must come to you. You are the creator of your reality, you see. And it was supposed to be really, 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 really fun. And we think in understanding it, it becomes more fun. Now, did we get out there too far on the leading edge for you, or did you stay with us? Do you accept that you are vibrational beings, and do you accept that emotion is a vibration, is a manifestation of vibration? And do you understand that it is as you perceive it to be? Have you ever had a conversation with your siblings who don't realize what their reality of children even was? Because as you tell the story, they're telling a very different story. You ever watched Judge Judy? She gets about 20% right. She doesn't feel the fullness of what's going on. Her own perception is so dominant, she cannot see the vibration that's actually happening in the room.
Maybe it's the law. The problem is the law. It's too much in the head, in the mind. So if I could just clarify this point about perception, then it seems to be more of an intellectual discussion to say that since it's all being perceived in consciousness, that therefore it doesn't exist out there. That doesn't sound right. It's not real. And so you're saying, don't say that because it doesn't work. It's not really true.
What we're really trying to guide you to.
It's not useful.
What we're trying to guide you to, it can be useful in this way. We're trying to guide you to, rather than having an intellectual conversation, to let it be an emotional conversation. Because until something is ringing your bells, it doesn't have much power anyway. And so much intellect is thinking about the pros and the cons and the pluses and the minuses. And so it's a split energy, which disempowers you because it doesn't allow the fullness of who you are to flow through you. And then you're living a diminished moment, and then you call the diminished moments reality. Yeah, and what we want you to understand is that there's a whole reality that most humans are depriving themselves of because they're missing this one point. They're not putting the vortex first. We've been saying to Esther a lot lately, vortex first, then manifestation. Watch how the manifestations follow whatever you've got going on vibrationally. And there's a tendency to say, well, this reality happened, and now I'm having a knee-jerk response to the reality that happened. And we're saying, no, you had the knee-jerk response first, and then the reality followed it. Now you're having a knee-jerk response to the reality that you created because of the knee-jerk response of the reality that you created. In other words, you can get those spirals going, but if you can just get it turned around, that the vortex work comes first, and then the reality shifts to match the vortex work, then, and of course it is all perceptual, but perceptual meaning It's life. It's real. This stuff is perceptual. Don't try to convince anyone who's physically focused that this thing that you all are perceiving is not a reality. It is a reality. It's a reality that has come into very sharp focus. And everything on your earth itself spinning in its orbit, this universe in which you live, this is a reality. It's not just some airy-fairy concept. It is a reality that's been focused into a reality. And now we're adding to this in a way that no one has ever been speaking about before, and you're up to speed enough to get it, that we want you to understand that the source within you is experiencing this reality. Source is enjoying all of these things coming together in the fabulous, powerful way that they are. Do you get it? Do you get it?
My